Welcome to Rebel Chaser. My name is Gail, and I have a clip for you from a new judge for my channel. Her name is Judge Rosie Speedlin Gonzalez, and she is at the Bexar County Court 13 in Texas. And she has a defendant in her courtroom who has done nothing, absolutely nothing on probation. And so they filed a motion to revoke. That's not the interesting part. The interesting part is the judge. She relates things back to her own life, and you can tell that she really, really cares about the people that come before her. And I just thought this was really, really good. The way she handled this defendant, the way she talked with this defendant. And I thought you guys might like her. I thought you guys might like somebody different. So let me know what you think.
We can get started, Your Honor.
Okay, Olga, let's get on the record in case number 673579 in the matter of the state of Texas versus Jaslyn Deanne Castillo. Ms. Castillo, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Have you given your attorney, Mr. Fernando Ramos, and this court permission to go forward with your proceeding via video conference, also known as a Zoom app?
Yes, I do.
Thank you very much, Ms. Castillo. Please stand by. Can I get announcements from the attorneys and from probation at this time?
Vanessa Garcia for the state.
Fernando Ramos for the defendant.
For probation.
And that was Marie Martinez for probation. And Ms. Castillo, before we go any further, let's swear you in. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury, should you make a false statement or lie to the court?
I do.
You may put your hand down. Now, Ms. Castillo, we're here today on a proceeding pursuant to the state filing a motion to revoke your probation and adjudicate your guilt of the offense for which you were placed on probation for. Now, I will remind you that on the 24th of January of 2022, almost 2 years ago, you submitted an application to the court for community supervision. It's also known as probation. And the court granted the application with the understanding that you were going to follow the orders that were issued by the court on that day, and that you were going to comply with your conditions of probation. On January the 24th of 2022, when this court placed you on probation, the court warned you, specifically said to you that if you were to return before the court, because the state files a motion to revoke your probation alleging your non-compliance with the court order and your conditions of probation. And after a hearing like we're having today, during which the court hears from you, your attorney, probation, the state, maybe other witnesses. And after the hearing concludes, if the court finds that the allegations made by the state that you were non-compliant are true, the court warned you on January 24th, and I'll warn you again today, that you could face the full range of punishment for the offense for which you were placed on probation for. That offense was that assault bodily injury to a family or a household member alleged to have occurred on or about the 10th day of September of 2021. And I'll remind you, Ms. Castillo, that the range of punishment for that offense can be up to, but no more than 1 year of incarceration at the Bexar County Jail. In addition to that, the court could fine you up to $4,000. And for this class of offense, Ms. Castillo, you could lose your Second Amendment constitutional right to bear firearms, have guns, and handle ammunition. So, Ms. Castillo, do you understand why you're here today?
I do.
And Ms. Castillo, do you understand the possible outcome of this hearing?
I do.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Castillo. Please stand by. Ms. Garcia, as the prosecutor for Bexar County and the attorney for the state of Texas, why are we here today?
Your Honor, the defendant Jaslyn Castillo did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of March of 2022 and April 2022. in violation of condition number 5.
Okay, is that the only violation you're going forward on?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Castillo, the state is alleging that last year you failed to report to your probation officer for the month of March of 2022 and the month of April of 2022. Is that true or not true?
That's correct.
Okay, that's so that is that true or not true?
It's true.
True.
It's true.
Okay. And so let me ask you this, Ms. Castillo, did you ever go back and report after April of 2022?
Not that I remember.
Okay. All right. So we have a true plea from Ms. Castillo. Ms. Garcia, how is the state asking to proceed?
Your Honor, the state's recommendation is a revocation and adjudication.
Okay.
And can I put the complainant's name on the record?
That's up to you.
Okay, we have our complainant Crystal Castillo, spelled Crystal with a C, Rystal, Castillo.
Yes, ma'am.
And Castillo is spelled normally. And we would just like to, for the record, to reflect that this is a violation of condition number 5 as previously stated.
Okay.
And ask for the defendant to be adjudicated.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Ms. Castillo, the complaining witness is Crystal Castillo. Is that a family member, relative of yours?
That's my mother.
That's your mom. Okay. And as part of a possible adjudication, Ms. Garcia, is there going to be a request for a certain type of contact order?
We would just ask for a no harmful or injurious contact order with the complainant.
Okay. All right. Let's go to our probation department, Officer Martinez. What is adult probation recommending for Ms. Castillo? And can you give the court a brief summary of her overall compliance with the court's orders and her conditions of probation?
Yes, Your Honor, there was no compliance with the court's orders. Probation's recommendation is revocation due to the fact that her case expired in May of last year. We haven't seen Ms. Castillo since December of 2022. During her time on probation, she was sent for a UA on 3 occasions and she failed to submit on all 3 occasions. She never submitted a UA for drug testing purposes. She never bothered to register for her BIP class. She never did 1 hour of community service. She never paid $1 of fines or fees. She was working and she got fired from her job for a verbal altercation with her boss. She did nothing on probation. Probation is recommending revocation.
Mr. Ramos, the court will hear from you next.
Judge, as I mentioned earlier, the social values, she's been depressed. She absolutely did not use that as a legal defense. She realizes her mistakes. She has learned that this is a milestone in her life. She realizes how to proceed forward. She wishes to be sentenced to get this period of time behind her.
He was nice, but
And,
it's like it can't happen like this every time.
she doesn't really have anything else,
He has
Judge.
to
Okay.
sustain-
Ms. Castillo, how old are you?
I hadn't really thought about it, but essentially.
You're muted, ma'am.
I'm 20 years old, Your Honor.
Did you graduate from high school?
I made it up to the 11th grade and then I, dropped out.
Why'd you drop out?
Well, I personally, I don't think school's for me. I'd rather just work and, just go on from there.
Okay.
I've always, I've tried it and it's not for me.
Okay. Were you in any kind of special ed courses for reading disability or math disabilities, anything like that?
For just reading.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, tell me about your lifestyle. What kind of, Fernando Ramos, your attorney, had said you kind of just want to do things your way. What does that mean?
Do things my way. I could say I'm a little hard-headed, I just want my way. I'm the type of person that could get their way if I wanted to, but like, I don't know how to really explain it, Your Honor.
Well, it's unfortunate that I can't give you your way today. And your way hasn't worked for you for the first 20 years of your life.
Yeah.
And if you keep trying that, Ms. Castillo, I don't think you're going to live another 20 years. Okay? I was in and out of the bars at your age. I was using through my 20s. It's no secret. But I had to get my act together. And if I wanted to have any quality of life, if I wanted to have the life that I wanted to lead my way, and that meant getting an education, that meant not getting into verbal altercations with people, that meant being responsible and being able to keep a job, you're already going to have a strike against you with this conviction. And I hate that for you because you're so young. And you evidently have issues with your mom that led to this charge. So I'm already gleaning that you're an angry young woman. And you need some help. And you've left us with no option. Because you could have gotten counseling through probation. You could have gotten drug treatment. You could have gotten a job that fits your skill set. You could have done a lot of things with the help of probation, and Officer Martinez can attest to it. That would have given you the ability to live life on your terms. You're young enough to try and turn that around, because I turned it around. And I hope that you do. But today I have a job to do, Ms. Castillo. Okay? Today I'm going to accept your true plea for violation of condition number 5, failing to report to probation for the months of March and April of the year 2022. I'm going to grant the state's motion to revoke your probation and adjudicate you guilty of the assault bodily injury offense to a family or household member alleged to have occurred on the 10th day of September of 2021. I wish that you had something I could give you credit for, Ms. Castillo, but you didn't do anything. So I'm going to keep my word to you and my oath and duty to the people of Bexar County. This court is sentencing you to 365 days at the Bexar County Jail and assessing a $4,000 fine. You're ordered to pay court costs. The court is issuing the affirmative finding of family violence. Upon release from custody, Ms. Castillo, you will be prohibited from possessing, purchasing, owning, or using a firearm, a gun, and ammunition. You cannot live anywhere, stay anywhere, or visit any location where firearms, guns, or ammunition can be found. You cannot be a driver or passenger in any motor vehicle in which firearms, guns, or ammunition can be found. And we're not restricting your right to hunt, but we are restricting how you hunt. You cannot use a firearm, a gun, or ammunition to hunt with. Now, you will get credit for time served. And I don't know that, I don't think anybody told me how many days she has.
Judge, I can look it up really quick. What's the
Okay.
case number?
On this case
It
is
is
673-579.
673-579.
Correct.
37.
So you'll get credit for time served. That's 37 days, Ms. Castillo. Your time and money is going to run concurrent. So that takes care of your court costs and your fine. And you'll have to remain at the Bexar County Jail while you serve the remainder of your sentence. I believe the Sheriff's Department is amenable to giving you a 2-for-1 credit. So cut that 365 in half. That's the minimum you still have left to serve. And I really hope that you use this time to plan out how you want to live the rest of your life, Ms. Castillo.
I will, Your Honor.
Okay. Good luck to you. These are not the types of hearings that I take any joy in. And I really do hope that you turn it around, Ms. Castillo. That concludes today's proceeding. Everyone is excused. I'm going to go fill out her paperwork, and I'll be back for the next proceeding.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, Fernando. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Judge.
I really like the way she said, well, it's unfortunate that I can't give you your way today. And your way hasn't worked for the first 20 years of your life. And she's right, it hasn't. And not only that, but she dropped out of high school so that she could work, but then she works and she doesn't get along with her coworkers, so she ends up getting fired. You've got to learn how to deal with that. You can't fight with everybody that you come in contact with and think you'll have a productive and meaningful life, because you won't. But I thought you would really like this judge. She's a little different. I have to be able to grab things right away because she deletes them right away. But I'll keep an eye on her. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.